What's up, guys? Welcome back. I got another video for you. Today we are gonna ask two questions. One, who is DB Cooper? And two, what happened to the money? Ironically, we're gonna answer the second question first and figure out where I think the money is. Okay. On the night before Thanksgiving in 1971, a quiet man boarded a flight from Portland to Seattle. He called himself DB Cooper. Midway through the flight, he handed a note to the flight attendant requesting $200,000 and 4 parachutes. After the plane landed, the money was delivered, the passengers were released, and the plane took off again. Somewhere high above the dark forests of the Pacific Northwest, Cooper opened the rear stairs of the Boeing 727 and jumped into the night. He was never seen again. 50 years later, and we still do not have any answer. So in 2016, the FBI decided to close the case officially. They are not taking any new leads. If you find evidence, they ask that you report it, but other than that. All right, so where do I think the money is? So here's a map of the plane route that DB Cooper jumped out of. So this is on the way to Mexico. So instead of going to Canada, they decided that they wanted the plane to go from Portland to Mexico, which been a couple hour flight to Vancouver, but they took the 7-8 hour flight to let's go. But as you can see, he jumps out somewhere between Ariel and this split in the highway. All right, so I believe he jumped out between Ariel and La Center, and he had ended up flying or landing somewhere close to the river. I think he ended up landing in the Woodland area. The reason I believe this is because at the Tennabar, they found $5,800 in 1980. It was a child that found it. They were playing in the sand, and that was kind of cool. So that is the only known evidence. They only discovered money from the hijacking. It has been 50 years since the hijacking, and still no answers. I think it's 55 years now. So now we get into who do I think DB Cooper is. The first suspect, most people will agree, would be Richard McCoy Jr. As you can see, he's an Army vet who served 2 tours of duty in Vietnam. He had experience shooting, parachuting. He was a Green Beret. There's high strengths and high weaknesses as to why people think he did it. I'm gonna give you guys the information and let you guys decide. The main reason people think he did it is because he did something similar to the hijacking a few years later. On to the next one. Milton Bernard Verdal. Verdal was a scientist who worked with chemicals. So the reason he's connected is because the place he worked heavily worked with the chemicals that was found on the tie. All of them here. That's pretty much all that connects him. I don't think it was him, in my opinion. Ted Braden, this guy, I think he had a lot of strengths, had the skills, personality, and drive to pull off the hijacking. Sheridan Peterson. So Sheridan Peterson, I thought had a good case to be him, truly. But it ends up, hairlines to receding, no conceivable motive, did not smoke, and the wrong eye color. It's pretty hard to mess up eye color, even back then. Kenneth Peter Christensen, I also thought he had a good case for it. He had all the same. I mean, look at all the strengths right here. I mean, goodness. Yeah, so it's like flight attendant told a reporter that photos of Christensen fit her memory of the hijacker's appearance more closely than those of other suspects had been shown. Was the correct age. Financially, there appeared to be one Kenny Christensen before the DB Cooper hijacking and a completely different Kenny Christensen after. Before, he never had any money. After, he has always had plenty of money. He's left-handed, which was also a notable trait of DB Cooper. Old spot found an attic where ransom money could have been hidden. $2,000 found buried on property previously owned by Christensen. He and his alleged accomplice both missed the Thanksgiving party they were expected to be at. The explanations were suspicious, contradictory, and refuted by others. John Jarvis of the FBI mentioned in casual conversation that the FBI closed the case because they determined who DB Cooper was, and subtly confirmed it was Christensen. there is a lot to unpack here. So just so you guys know, all of this is heavily indicating that it was him. And I would say that's true. You know, it's very likely that it could be him. And the last of the people I believe were or should be suspects is William Wolfgang Gossett. So William Pratt Gossett was a Marine Corps, Army, and Army Air Force veteran who saw action in Korea and Vietnam. He had the correct age and physical appearance, could read and write French, and was stationed in Chateau France. I think if you match him with all the other suspects, a few things I noticed is that you can see how it's pointy toward the end. You got the earlobe kind of pushing out. You got the part in the hair on the right side, the swoop over. There's no part on the left side. It's not folded all the way back. The eyebrows is not all the way to the edge of the eyes, as you can see. Lips, see the slight perch on the left lip. I don't know, there's a lot. Plus, if you talk to his family, I believe they have all the evidence. In my opinion, I think this is who DB Cooper is. I'm gonna shout out the website that got me all the information. Again, guys, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Comment down below any open cases, any unsolved murders, any stories you want me to get out. Thank you. Peace.